Bitter criticism. Reading something from Al Jazeera, not related to, you not related to the genocide in Gaza, but unfortunately, oh, there's an app. I'm going to download the app. Just like CGTN, Al Jazeera has an app. I wonder if it's better. I hope it's better. I guess CGTN app is definitely better than the normal browser. Definitely. Well, it's getting too long to download. It's taking too long. Então, so let's go to economy. Al Jazeera. Milu is tired of the bus. Milu got tired from the trip. Milu wants to go outside. Yeah, next Saturday or next weekend, because right now we are going to see Macarena Ripamonti. Look. We are going to see the real deal. So Al Jazeera is insisting on this Boeing strike, but I'm going to read this another more interesting news. Milo is crazy, wants to go outside. It's funny because Milo, dogs in general, when they want something, they just do it. Milo is going to jump outside. So, Cuba forced Al Jazeera News Energy. Cuba forced to paralyze economy amid desperate energy crisis. The island was hit by a nationwide blackout on Friday, but Prime Minister says country not yet in a bottomless abyss. Not yet. I hope not. We have a photograph. A woman works in a restaurant during a blackout in Havana, Cuba, October 17th. October 18th, 2024, Cuba's government has announced it will halt all non-vital state services and businesses for 3 days as it battles an energy crisis that has caused marathon blackouts for much of the country. Prime Minister Manuel Marrero outlined the measures in an address Thursday night, saying the government had no choice but to paralyze the economy. This includes shuttering all cultural activities and recreation centers such as discos, as well as public schools until Monday. Cuba state-run electricity union said in a release. After initially announcing staggered geographical outages, the government declared a complete nationwide breakdown of the national electric power system shortly after 11 a.m. on Friday morning, declaring it had been totally disconnected. It added that the state electricity company is working on its reestablishment. I guess this is a sabotage from Enel, from the Italian Enel, just to show that state state-produced electricity is not good, but I guess at least it's not so expensive, In the end of the day, you cannot buy. You don't have money enough to buy electricity, so you don't have electricity. Anyway, Marrero blamed the energy shortfall on a perfect storm well known to most Cubans, deteriorating infrastructure, fuel shortages, and rising demand. So it was because of a storm. Quote, the fuel shortage is the biggest factor, Marrero said in the televised address, ironically punctuated by technical glitches. Cuba's President Miguel Díaz-Canel pinned the problem on the U.S. financial and energy persecution. Definitely, I sign it below. Which he said had made it difficult to import fuel and other resources necessary. And we have a photograph of Cuban President Miguel Díaz-Canel, who walks through the COP28 UN Climate Summit in Dubai, United Arab Emirates on Saturday. Cuba hit by Venezuela crisis. Facing U.S. sanctions, Cuba has long relied on subsidies Venezuelan oil, but that supply is increasingly precarious as Venezuela grapples with its own economic woes. And Venezuela's allies, Russia and China, have failed to send enough aid to fill the gap. Despite expressions of political solidarity, despite the crippling blackouts and shortages, Cuba is not yet in bottomless abyss, assured Marrero. 12-hour blackouts. Millions of Cubans, long accustomed to frequent outages, have been hit by dramatically longer power blackouts, recently often stretching for 12 hours. Outside the capital, Havana, electricity is most scarce, often unavailable for over 18 hours a day. What, 18 hours a day? That's, well, the solution for Cuba crisis is fusion electricity from China. Compounding the problem was the passage of Hurricane Milton last week, whose heavy gusts and waves hampered deliveries of fuel from both offshore to power plants, according to Cuban officials. In addition, the island's two largest power plants, Antonio Guterres and Felton, are both underproducing, the government said, and will soon be taken off. Will soon be taken off the maintenance of part of a 4-year plan to revitalize Cuba's decrepit infrastructure. Finally, floating Turkish power ships that generate significant electricity for Cuba ran out of fuel, causing them to shut off. So definitely, nuclear energy is better. Fusion nuclear electricity. So we have a photograph of. I never saw that. It's people watch a Turkey flagged power ship arrive at Havana Bay in Cuba Tuesday, November 15, 2024. So this is a Turkey flagged power ship. Is a power ship. Pretty fly for Turkish guys. So you have a power station on a ship power station. What about that? A stiffer bill for businesses. Officials said they expect power generation to improve in the coming days as fuel is distributed around the Caribbean's largest island with a population of 10 million residents. I thought it was 15 million. Anyway, however, Cuba's fast-growing private businesses which authorities say tend to be high consumers of electricity, will soon be charged higher rates for the energy they consume, Marrero said. Cuba's worsening electricity crisis made life increasingly unbearable for residents already suffering from crippling shortages of food, fuel, water, and medicine. Around percent of the population, over 600,000 people, lack regular running water, according to the government officials. A problem also blame on the country's crumbling infrastructure and fuel needs. At the same time, reports indicate that violent crime is increasing on the island, particularly related to the emergence of a new cannabis-based drug called Químico. Neoliberal problems in Cuba, and there's not better. The life is not better in Chile, unfortunately. I'm going to descend. Hi, Milu. Can you see? There's a lot of problems in the oasis in. It's very funny because people outside Cuba, in this global south here, they make a huge campaign against communism. They say nobody says all this is because of nobody explains that all this is because of I don't remember, blocking. So we have here a candidate who is sympathetic to communism. So there's the candidate. Calma. Shoot. Well, we will wait forever. So politics.